I want to share with you today how I was able to shift my speech. I want to share with you how, by shifting my speech, I shifted things overall in my life. By the grace of God, I was able to move away from toxic to tonic by the words I speak. Words, as you know, is powerful. Words never die. The words that you speak will shape the future for you. You will meet those words in the future, whether they are positive words or negative words, harmful words. They are creating a future that you will have to eat and live in. Whatsoever a man sow, that is what he will also reap. So I want to share with you how I was able to shift my entire life by shifting my speech, by speaking what I wish to see and what I wish to live out in the earth, simply by shifting my speech. I mean, it is very important to understand that your words are not empty. They are loaded with the potential to create for you exactly what you have spoken. And the thing about words is you may be joking, but the principle that governs word, don't hear your words and say, haha, he just was joking or she just was joking. It goes to work. You are actually putting your words to work when you speak. And so whatever you have spoken, they are working on the future for you. For you will walk into those future. They will create a home for you to live in, so to speak. And so I want you to understand that it is very important that the words that you speak, that they are words that you would have no problem with in the future, that you will be able to live in what those words create for you. And so it's very, very important for you to understand that. And so this all started for me, of course, from one word that the Lord began to share with me, the word incredulous. And from the word incredulous, I got 11 words, which are the acronym for incredulous. And those words begin to shape my very, very life as I begin to live out the word incredulous, which means willing to believe a thing. Those words help me to understand that the words that I speak will create a future. And if I don't change the way not the way I speak, but the words that I release from my mouth, if I don't change the way I am thinking, if I don't change what my heart is like, then my words will create for me a life that I would not wish to live. And by just default, your words are creating for you right now the life that you will live tomorrow. And so it creates an environment for you, and that environment can be a very positive environment or negative. That environment can be very toxic or it can be very clean. And so I had to move away from the words that I was speaking. The Bible speaks about out of our hearts come the issues of life. So I had to have a new heart. My heart had to be generated. I had to change what I was thinking. I had to have my mind renewed. And our minds are renewed by the Word of God. I had to be refreshed and regenerated and begin to speak those things that I wish to see come to pass instead of what I was feeling or what I preferred. And what I preferred not necessarily was the very best, because I may be desiring one thing in my heart, but my words out of my heart will come what I really, really want, what I really would like for myself. And then with the problem with that is I began to speak negatively, and that negative speaking, that complaining and worrying and having anxieties were at work. Because of worry, I was saying what I should not say. Because of worry, I was having anxieties. I was becoming fearful. I was becoming fearful of what may happen or what may not happen. And so I am saying to you, you need to shift your words. You need to shift. You need a shift, a heart shift, first and foremost, because out of the heart comes the issues of life. And so when your heart is cleansed, when you begin to have a cleansed heart, as you trust the Lord and ask the Lord for a clean heart, then words that will come or words that will be released from your mouth will be words that are not toxic, but they will be like tonic. They will be words that uplift, that encourage, that motivate, that speak positively, that call those things that be not as though they are. And so I want to say to you, the way that you will be able to prosper and go forth in your life, not being burdened and imprisoned by worry and fear and anxiety, is by shifting, by making a change, by saying things differently. And so the word incredulous, I look at that word and meditated on that and meditated on that, and I got from that word the acronyms for the 11 words of incredulous. The acronym for the 11 word of the 11 for the word incredulous. I got 11 words from one word. 11 words from one word. And those words help to formulate and shape my mind. It began to renew my mind, give me a very, very positive and healthy outlook about who I am, whose I am, and the unlimited possibilities with God to do something great through me. You see, because as I've said many times before, God never calls a great man, he calls a man to do great things. And you have to understand that if you're going to do something great in the earth, you have to begin to speak those things that will put you in position, first in your mind, and then you have to line up those words with your activities to bring to pass the great thing that's in your heart to do. And so I want to encourage you that you can be free from the pain of worry. You can be free from the pain of anxiety, because it is painful to be worrying about something that really the method or the way that worry works is it will not get up and do anything. It will drag you down in your mind. It will discourage you. It will serve as an anchor around your neck. You will become very, very discouraged, and it will lead to anxieties. It will express itself in fear. And so I want you to be very, very conscious of this reality that you have to shift your words. You have to change the way you see yourself by shifting your words, by beginning to focus on the words that promote positive outlook, the words that promote a positive mindset. And you will begin to see things turn around. You will begin to shed the burden of worry. You will begin to do away with anxieties. You will begin to walk confidently in the knowledge of the truth of God's word. Because the truth of the matter is, everything that you may be saying or everything that you release from your mouth, if it's not in alignment with truth, it is an alignment with a lie. So whichever one you are speaking out of your mouth is shaping your future for you to meet in the future and to exercise yourself in what you have built for you with the words that you have spoken. Now, this content is really No, though everybody need it, it's really not for everybody. And I know that. Because unless you understand that your words are powerful, unless you understand that your words are alive, that your words won't die, and your words will not just fall just in the front of you and not exist and don't accomplish anything. No, your words are alive and it is prepared to shape a future for you. And you have to be very conscious of that reality, because whatsoever a man sow, that is what he will reap. Jesus said this in Mark's Gospel, chapter 4, the sower soweth the word. You see, the sower soweth the word. You are a sower, and you are a sower of words, and your words have power. They are spirit and life. They are alive, and I want you to understand that when you speak your words have impact. Your words are impactful, and unless you understand that your life and the trajectory that it's on by speaking negative words, unless you come to the knowledge of the truth that the words you speak can shift the trajectory that you are on. The words that you speak can create a different environment for you. The words that you speak can go beyond where you can put your feet at this time. And your words, when you go as time passes, you will meet those words that you have sown. They will be fruit. They will have grown up and they will bear fruit, and you will have to eat the fruit. And if they are words that are positive, words that are lovely, words that are kind, you will meet a sweet, ripened fruit. But if they were not words that were positive, words that were not kind, words that were not lovely, you will meet before you a green, bitter, unpleasant fruit. And so I want you to understand that your words are creative. Your words, what you speak, are creative, and it's creating a future. Let me share the acronyms for you for the word incredulous. And as time passes, I will break these words down. But just listen to incredulous. Incredulous is spelled INCREDOULOUS. Incredulous. And the acronyms for incredulous are: ignorance naturally creates reluctance, effectively disrupting unity, leaving onerous, unsuitable situations. That's what I got out of that one word. Out of the word incredulous came 11 words that have shaped and marshaled my life. And so I'm able to do a lot of things by the grace of God. I travel around the world. I'm able to preach in places where young people have not seen a black man up close or in his natural way before. I've been into areas. I've been in Crimea. I've been in areas where they were just dominantly Caucasian. You know, as an evangelist, as a pastor, I've traveled quite a bit on the continents, preaching and carrying the good news. And I know that words are powerful. Jesus said this about his words. Jesus said, "My words are spirit and life." You see, words are powerful. And because of my understanding of how powerful words are, I am very reluctant to speak negatively about anyone and about anything. Now, does not mean I'm perfect. That does not mean that I don't mess up at times, but I understand the fruit that is released by my mouth that I will have to eat one day. I understand that these words that I speak are not empty. They are not void of power. they exist and they are filled with power to create. Remember, ignorance naturally creates. That's what I got out of incredulous. Pardon me. Ignorance naturally creates. And so your words create. And it creates a system that you will have to live by in your future. So what do? You have to shift. You have to change. You have to shift your speech. You have to shift. You have to change the way you speak. And you have to have a different perspective as it relates to words and its ability to create. Its ability to bring to pass what you have spoken. Now, the Bible teaches faith without words is dead. You can't just speak it and don't work it. You see, you have to bring activity and corresponding actions. You got to bring corresponding actions with your word. You have to do something